From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the morning news for August 27th, 2025. A federal judge on Tuesday threw out the Trump administration's lawsuit against Maryland's entire federal bench in an emphatic ruling that underscored the extraordinary nature of the suit, slamming it as potentially calamitous. U.S. District Judge Thomas Cullen, who was nominated by President Donald Trump, also criticized the administration's attacks on the judiciary, highlighting in a footnote that White House officials in recent months had described judges as rogue, unhinged, and crooked, among other epithets. Although some tension between the coordinate branches of government is a hallmark of our constitutional system, this concerted effort by the executive to smear and impugn individual judges who rule against it is both unprecedented and unfortunate, he wrote. At issue in the lawsuit was an order by the chief judge of the Maryland District Court that stopped the immediate deportation of migrants, challenging their removals. The Justice Department said the automatic pause impeded the president's authority to enforce immigration laws, and it sought a court order blocking it. Cullen said allowing the suit to continue would run counter to overwhelming precedent, depart from long-standing constitutional tradition, and offend the rule of law. Meanwhile, President Trump's Alaska summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin may be receding into the past, but controversy continues to reverberate over an American Archbishop's exchange of friendly greetings and gifts with Putin. Alaska Archbishop Alexei has issued a statement apologizing to those who have experienced pain, suffering, or confusion because of his meeting with Putin. Alexei did not apologize for the meeting itself, however, which took place just after the summit on August 15th in Anchorage. Alexei's superior in the Orthodox Church in America, Metropolitan Tikhon, said the Archbishop failed to inform him, as he should have, of his plans to meet with Putin. Tikhon said the meeting doesn't represent the Church's position, which he said has been to clearly and repeatedly condemn the aggression against Ukraine. Critics said Alexei conferred legitimacy on the Russian president by meeting with Putin, who faces accusations of war crimes from the International Criminal Court. Ukrainian American archbishops called the meeting a betrayal of the gospel of Christ. President Donald Trump is tapping Dan Scavino to lead the White House Presidential Personnel Office. Scavino is one of Trump's longest-serving aides and is currently a deputy chief of staff. The current head of the Personnel Office, who oversees vetting and selection of administration employees, is Sergio Gore, whom Trump is nominating as ambassador to India. Dan Scavino is one of President Trump's most trusted and longest-serving advisors. There's nobody better to ensure the president's administration is staffed with the most qualified, competent, and America First-driven workers. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt said, "There is much still to be done, and Dan's leadership will ensure the highest quality, most dedicated workforce ever. If you believe that, I have a strand of pearls for you to clutch." Voting rights advocates sued Tuesday to overturn a redistricting map drawn by Texas Republicans meant to favor the party in the 2026 midterm elections, saying it weakens the electoral influence of black voters. The NAACP and the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law filed the lawsuit in Texas. They accused Texas legislative leaders of engaging in gerrymandering to prevent black voters from electing candidates of their choice. The state of Texas is only 40% white, but white voters control over 73% of the state's congressional seats, Derek Johnson, president and CEO of the NAACP, said in a statement. It's quite obvious that Texas's effort to redistrict mid-decade before next year's midterm elections is racially motivated. The state's intent here is to reduce the members of Congress who represent black communities, and that in and of itself is unconstitutional. That's the news at this hour. If you are watching our news videos on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our channel. PEP Radio is now available on Roku, the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, and on Alexa. Coming September 1st, PEP Radio is changing our daily programming schedule. Details will be available on our social media pages. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.